I had always believed that first contact would be glorious, that when humanity finally reached beyond its cradle and stood among the stars, the universe would greet us with wonder. I imagined handshakes between species, shared knowledge, and a shining alliance of civilizations. The media sold us that dream. The academies taught us to prepare for it. Even the politicians rehearsed speeches meant for alien ears. But no one ever asked what would happen if the universe didn't want us. My name is Elias Trent. I was the junior diplomatic attaché aboard the Vanguard Dawn, humanity's first official embassy vessel. We were en route to the Serene Dominion, a vast interstellar empire ruled by a single sovereign known only as the Queen. We knew little about her species, only that they controlled dozens of star systems and had finally agreed to receive us after years of cautious radio correspondence. Receiving us. The phrase sounded warm, welcoming. It was anything but. The arrival. The Serene homeworld hung in the viewport like a jewel carved from amethyst. Violet oceans, silver continents, and a shimmering atmosphere that scattered starlight into halos. Every human aboard the ship stood pressed to observation windows in reverent silence. Captain Mora broke the quiet. History books will write about this day. I believed her. Shuttles escorted us down through the atmosphere to a landing platform built atop a black glass spire. The architecture was breathtaking and terrifying. Sleek curves, needle-like towers, and bridges suspended over nothing. No visible rails. No safety barriers. The world seemed built for creatures unafraid of falling. We were greeted by an honor guard of Serene soldiers. They were tall, taller than any human, encased in armor that rippled like liquid metal. Their faces were hidden behind featureless masks of mirrored silver. No eyes, no mouths, just reflections of ourselves staring back. An official stepped forward. Unlike the soldiers, this one wore no mask. Her skin was deep indigo, her eyes pale gold with no pupils, her hair a cascade of silver threads that floated as though underwater. "I am Attendant Laris," she said, her voice melodic and oddly distant. "You will follow me to the Queen." Her tone held no warmth, no hostility, just certainty. We walked through halls so vast they made us feel like insects. The air hummed with low vibrations that made my bones buzz. Strange light flowed from unseen sources, bathing everything in soft lavender glow. None of us spoke. Awe swallowed language. The throne. The throne chamber was a cathedral of darkness and stars. The ceiling stretched into a simulated night sky. A spiral galaxy rotated slowly overhead. In the center stood a dais of crystalline black stone. Upon it sat the Queen. She was immense, not in body but in presence. Her form was humanoid but elongated, elegant, and impossible. Her skin shimmered like obsidian dusted with starlight. A crown of hovering crystalline shards circled her head, rotating slowly, silently. Her eyes were voids, depthless, endless. Every instinct in my body screamed to kneel. Captain Mora stepped forward, head held high. "Great Queen of the Serene Dominion, on behalf of the United Terran Alliance, I bring greetings of peace and cooperation. We come seeking friendship among the stars." Her voice echoed through the chamber. Silence followed. The Queen's gaze swept across us. I felt it, not on my skin but inside my skull, like a finger brushing the surface of my thoughts. Then she spoke. Not aloud. Inside my mind. Inside all of our minds. A single sentence. "You should not have come." The shattering. The moment her words landed, reality cracked. I saw stars collapse into darkness. I saw worlds burning. I saw cities reduced to ash under alien skies. I saw humanity's fleets torn apart like paper in a storm. I saw Earth split by fire. These were not visions shown to my eyes. They were impressions carved directly into thought. Raw understanding delivered at once, too vast for language. The Queen did not simply speak. She declared inevitability. Captain Morris staggered. One of our diplomats screamed and fell to the floor, clutching his head. Another vomited onto the polished stone. The soldiers didn't move. The attendants didn't react. This was expected. I forced myself to breathe. My heart hammered. My mind felt invaded, violated. The Queen's voice echoed again, softer this time. Your species expands, consumes, converts matter to will. You will someday reach beyond control. Every rising civilization becomes a storm. We prevent storms. Captain Mora dropped to one knee, fighting to speak. We come in peace. We have no desire for conquest. We wish only to learn, to cooperate. The Queen regarded her. I felt amusement flicker across the psychic link. Every species says this. Before hunger, before fear, before ambition. Another wave of understanding struck. The Ziran Dominion had watched civilizations rise and fall for eons. They were gardeners of the galaxy, trimming anything that grew too wild. They did not conquer. They culled. And humanity had just stepped into their garden. The bargain. Attendant Lyris approached, her expression unreadable. The Queen will grant you one mercy, she said. Return to your world. Tell them what you have seen. Your species will be given 1 century to halt expansion beyond your borders. Do not colonize new worlds. Do not build fleets. Do not spread further into the dark. Remain contained. Captain Morris stared up at the Queen. And if we refuse? The Queen leaned forward slightly. The stars above dimmed, as if listening. Then the storm will be cut down before it begins. We were escorted out. No violence. No threats. Just certainty. On the shuttle ride back to the Vanguard Dawn, no one spoke. No one needed to. We had all heard the same sentence. Felt the same truth. You should not have come. The return. News of our encounter spread across Earth faster than light through the communication relays. Governments convened emergency councils. Religious movements surged. Panic bloomed. Denial followed. Then fear. Some refused to believe us. Said it was a lie, a hallucination, a trick. But every member of the diplomatic team told the same story. Every detail matched. Every mind still carried the echo of her voice. Humanity argued, as it always does. Some said we should obey, hide, stay within our cradle, survive. Others said we should defy, prepare, build fleets, fortify, fight. A century sounds long, until you understand what must be built to oppose a civilization that has pruned galaxies. I returned to civilian life. No one knew what to do with me, a man who had heard the Queen. I taught history. I watched humanity split into factions, isolationists and expansionists, fearful and furious. The years passed. We built anyway. Because we are human. We always build. The Reckoning. 93 years after the Queen's warning, our first unauthorized colony ship launched beyond the agreed boundary. A generation ship named Hope Unbound. It was celebrated across half the planet. Condemned by the other half. The Ziran did not come immediately. They waited. Until the colony thrived. Until the population grew. Until humanity proved it could not stop reaching. Then the stars dimmed. Ziran vessels appeared in orbit of Earth. Hundreds. Thousands. Black shapes blotting out sunlight. The sky became a ceiling of void. There were no battles. No grand resistance. Our weapons were insects before a hurricane. A transmission echoed across every screen, every speaker, every mind. The Queen's voice. The storm has come. Cities fell in silence. Power grids shut down. Orbital defenses went dark. Our ships were frozen in space, their crews asleep, minds gently extinguished. No screams. No destruction. Just removal. They did not hate us. They simply ended the threat. The final sentence. I am old now. One of the few left alive on Earth's surface. They spared those who remained planet-bound. They left us our world, a quiet garden in the dark. No ships. No satellites. No radio beyond the atmosphere. We are alone again, sealed in our cradle. Sometimes I walk under the night sky and look at the stars we will never reach. And I think about that day in the throne room, the galaxy turning above us. The Queen's eyes like endless night. One sentence. 7 words. You should not have come. It shattered my world. Shattered our future. Shattered the dream of humanity among the stars. But in the end, I understand. We were a storm. And storms do not ask permission before they break the sky. I am old now. Older than I ever expected to be. Older than a man who once stood before a cosmic queen and lived should have any right to become. Earth is quiet. Not peaceful. Just quiet. No satellites whisper overhead. No starships pierce the clouds. No signals reach beyond the sky. The Serene made sure of that. We are a world sealed shut, a terrarium placed on a shelf in a vast and uncaring universe. Most accepted it. Some forgot. But a few of us remembered. I was among them. We were scientists, engineers, historians, children born long after the reckoning who listened to forbidden stories and asked dangerous questions. In secret basements, beneath abandoned cities, in tunnels dug into mountains, we rebuilt. Not fleets. Not weapons. Something smaller. Something smarter. A whisper. A signal too faint to notice. Too quiet for an empire to care. A thread of data woven into the background radiation of the cosmos. We did not send ships. We sent ideas. Mathematics. Proof of thought. Proof of survival. We called it the seed. If the Serene were gardeners, we would become weeds. Invisible. Persistent. Impossible to fully erase. Tonight, I sit before the console of the final transmitter. My hands tremble, not from fear, but from awe at what humanity truly is. Fragile. Stubborn. Unreasonable. Impossible to cage. A young technician looks at me. If they hear it, she says, they'll come back. I nod. Yes, I answer. Eventually. And if they destroy us again? I smile, remembering the Queen's voice. That sentence that shattered everything. You should not have come. I press the activation key. Then, I say, they will learn the one thing they never understood about storms. The console hums. The seed is released. A whisper traveling faster than light through folded space. A message, not of conquest, not of peace, of existence, of defiance, of inevitability. Because storms do not ask permission, and weeds do not stay buried forever. I lean back, feeling the warmth of the machine fade. Outside, the stars shine silently, pretending nothing has changed. But somewhere, in a distant throne room beneath a galaxy of artificial stars, a queen will feel a whisper in her mind. A single sentence in a human voice. We came anyway. And for the first time in recorded cosmic history, the gardeners of the galaxy will understand what it means to feel fear.